I sip wine, kick my feet up when I get tired. And as I recline, take another sip, let my thoughts unwind. Sipping and spilling it. Sipping and spilling the tea. Sipping and spilling it.
What is poppin', everyone?
What's poppin', hoochies?
Okay, well, this hoochie is poppin' pussy tonight.
Okay, on
maybe,
who?
Maybe.
On what?
I don't
on
know.
When?
Maybe I lied, actually. Well, maybe I'm just gonna pop my ass tonight.
Okay,
I
so
don't know.
you feeling very outside-ish?
I'm feeling outside. I'm feeling not outside. I'm feeling in between. I'm feeling I want to get some shrimp.
I feel like
that.
the way that Houston is Houstoning, if that's a word, Houstoning.
I want to know when you say that, what exactly does it mean?
This motherfucking heat, bitch.
Yeah, but whenever you said this Don Julio is this Anejo is Anejo hang.
And that means it's doing what it needs to do. And Houston is not doing what it needs to do. So I feel like that's an adverse. But anyone that lives in Houston would know.
How are we supposed to know which one you mean when you say that?
Because the niggas that live in Houston know what Houston is Houstoning in.
Okay.
Like when we know it's too fucking
clues.
Yes. So like we know it's too motherfucking hot to fucking like. You said that you're like, I want to do, but I don't know. And the reason why you don't know if you don't want to do it is because of the fucking heat, not because of anything else.
No, it's really because I am also high. So I'm like, damn, when you get high, you don't really want to do too much.
But I mean, by the time you're done, you're not going to be high. You're going to be crossfaded.
You're right. So depending on how we feel at the end of this episode, we're going to.
And usually when you're on a high, you're ready to like keep going. Because once you get Sammy drunk, she's ready to keep going.
Yeah, I will.
I will.
So how you niggas doing though?
We doing good. We hot. I've been sweating. And y'all, I wear natural deodorant, so it's been real hard out here for me.
So are you smelling?
I haven't smelled like bad. I don't think I have, but I've been sweating profusely.
Yeah.
And I'm always around my friends. I'm like, can you smell me? Can you smell me?
Did you know there's a difference between antiperspirant and deodorant? And one is taxable and one is not? Isn't that crazy?
What?
There's a difference between antiperspirant and deodorant.
But aren't they the same thing though?
Well, there's a difference, and I think the antiperspirant, you don't get taxed if you buy it, and deodorant, you get taxed if you do.
But they have the same shit in it.
I think one stops from sweating, and the other one stops from smelling. Antiperspirant stops from sweating, and deodorant just gives you a good smell.
Would not fucking know. I would not seek to find that out.
But it was just a crazy random fact that I remembered. But you know, another crazy random fact. Let's get into story time.
Let's get to some story time.
Pretty random too. So, B. Simone, have you noticed she stopped all that manifesting bullshit? Remember when she was on her manifesting?
She was on my manifesting that like affirming and X, Y, and Z. Yes.
Well, not the book was fake, but she didn't write the book.
It was plagiarized.
Yeah.
So I feel like, B. Simone has always been in character because I feel like we like watched her funny videos. And now she's a fitness guru.
Is she? Okay.
I don't know, but
she's no longer doing the comedy. Is she still on Wild 'N Out?
Girl, is Wild 'N Out even still on?
Yeah, definitely still on. Carlos Miller just talked about how Nick Cannon don't got any black baby mamas. And when he gonna make a black baby?
The answer is never gonna be never.
He was like, you've been wearing this turban, talking about all this black power shit, but all these Wild 'N Out girls are all white. Where the black, like he was going in on how he's black.
Was he on the show saying that or what?
Yes, he's talking about his own boss style. This is why Carlos keeps getting fired because he keeps giving Nick the real and he fires him and then brings it back.
I mean, I feel like you can't get mad at what we see and what we all are thinking, so I understand.
You can't be mad because the nigga's telling the truth, but it's just about you.
Okay, but that's not here nor there. What we were trying to get to, because we gonna get off track a lot, y'all. I can already feel it. I can already feel it.
It's just a walking hypocrite, dustpan.
So let's get into what we really meant to talk about.
Okay.
So
B. Simone.
B. Simone was talking about, was it Drewski, right?
Drewski.
And you know he's
I want to say he is a Instagram comedian. Yeah, but he's a good one.
Yeah, he is. He's fucking hilarious.
He's funny. Mm-hmm.
And she made a comment and she said something about.
I'm glad he knows his lane. He doesn't try comedy. He just stays on the Instagram.
Let me say. She said he doesn't try comedy. That's so funny because all of the Instagram people at least try comedy once.
Yeah.
And I remember y'all, I'm sorry, I love her.
It doesn't translate. It's not what
it doesn't. I seen Jess Hilarious in person. It was.
You went to her comedy show?
Yeah, and it was not funny.
Yeah, just because you're funny on Instagram doesn't mean you're funny in real life, and that's fine. I would stay in my lane,
and you should.
Yeah.
So B. Simone said to Drewski, "You are so funny. I never thought you were an attractive human, but the funnier you are, the cuter you get." And then he said, "What the fuck you got going on, fam?" Like, I love the response because it's like you didn't have to tell him that he was ugly to tell him he was funny
at all. I just felt like it was such a far reach. It's like what it was.
I
such
low-key
a
kind of
backhanded
feel
compliment.
like it was her saying like, "I didn't think you cute, but I think you cute." That was like her shoot, like, you know how women do the
You think
stupidest
that
shit to
was
shoot
her
their
shooting her
shots.
shot?
You have to. Ain't no fucking way.
Oh, baby,
because
no.
he just spammed you. He just said,
Yeah.
what you got going on, fam?"
Fam.
Like, not me shooting my shot and saying, "Oh, you funny and you cute."
Right. Well, she
He's
didn't
like-
say he was cute. She said he's not. He was used to be an unattractive. Well, not unattractive. She said he wasn't an unattractive human being. So I guess that's saying he was unattractive, and
And now he's more attracted to her because she's funny.
because he's funny.
And that also goes to show what me and Sam be saying for like 80 fucking shows. Men get a pass by y'all traits.
Yeah, y'all can be ugly and still pull bad
Exactly.
bitches.
If we are ugly, we are ugly.
We are left for
Men,
dead.
if y'all are funny, we let you get some pussy.
You can
if you
be
got money, we
ugly.
let you get some pussy.
You can be ugly when you're a girl when you have money. Yeah, girls.
And we
with
not
money.
one of those, so
Yeah.
sorry to hear
What
that.
did we just realize that this guy said, why do you want guys with money when you don't have none? That's us.
Because what we're not going to do is date down. Why would
I'm
we
not
date?
talking to a nigga with no money. I don't care if I don't have no money. You can't have no money.
either.
The fuck is
the
this?
fuck we doing? Struggling together?
Well, the girls are back at it again with another messy ass episode of Sip and Spill.
Can you say with more energy?
Okay.
Like, girl, she felt like she didn't even want to say it. Like, well, okay, Michael. And the laugh like Jackson. Look at her.
Oh, okay. Well, the girls are back at it again in a messy ass episode of Sip and Spill. We create conversations. Oh, wow.
Sipping wine.
I go by the name of Thug Motherfucking Sammy.
And I'm ambitious high vibrations Teray.
Oh, if you haven't already, check us out on all social networks except
On the real Sip and Spill, except
Except
Twitter,
Twitter,
which
which is
is Sip and Spill 1.
give us a 5-star rating and
5-star bitches. Also, make sure that you follow our reels,
Mm-hmm.
our
YouTube.
TikToks, our YouTube. Do we have TikToks, girl?
I think we have reels, and that's it.
Okay, well, we are real ass bitches, so we're gonna stick it. We're
We
gonna
don't
stay to our
have
lane.
we don't have
We're gonna stick in
TikTok.
our lane. We don't have a Patreon. We were supposed to have a Patreon.
I use our TikTok
but you know,
page to bully people. No, I'm kidding.
anywho, what we do have is the Sip and Spill shop where you can purchase your shirt. Merch is dropped officially. Where are the DMs at, y'all? Like,
Yeah.
I know y'all listening, but where are our DMs? And then, you know what? Our segment, Spill Your Tea. What tea are y'all giving us? Y'all have not given us any content to fucking create. So can you please?
Yeah, but honestly, I haven't even been talking about Spill Your Tea to people. Let's be honest. We haven't been promoting it for people to even know about it.
We haven't, but
Just on here, but not like on social. Like
and look, in
media.
real life, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. In social media, we have to definitely. We
Yeah.
need to know what these horror
You over
stories
here
are.
getting mad at that bitch. You be part of the problem.
You know
Getting
what?
mad-
The thing is, I got to place blame there, and then I can look inside. You know, it's a projection. That's how life works. You got to think about the outside before you think about the inside.
No.
So let's get you.
That is
into-
the definition of throwing stones in glass houses.
And I love the glass house I'm living in, bitch, because it's already broken. So let's get into your would you rather's.
Okay, my would you rather is, would you rather have the ability to see 10 minutes in your future or 150 years in the future?
I want to know what's going on in the future, because 10 minutes from now, that bitch is going to be the same bitch.
Yeah.
Like, 10 minutes ain't going to do shit for me.
Yeah.
Okay, so my would you rather is, would you rather know the date of your death or the cause of your death?
Cause I don't want to know when. I want that to be a surprise.
Yeah, I want it to be a surprise too. I want to just like die tomorrow.
If I know when, I'm going to live life just dreading that
But
day.
you know, everyone always has, like, they say that you have a bucket list when you know you're about to die. So do you have a bucket list right now when you're alive?
Absolutely not, because I feel like I'm not about to die. Like, that's not even...
But do you feel like that's a problem, that we don't live life every day to the fullest because we think that we have we don't have an expiration date?
Yeah, I don't know if it's a problem, but I feel like it's something that we do. Like, we're not living life to the fullest, but it's going to be hard to live every day like you're about to die. You know what I will do if I knew I'm about to die? Fuck working, fuck doing everything. I'm about to travel the world, be butt-ass naked.
Exactly.
But I can't live every day like that.
But why can't we do that already? Like, why can't we incorporate trinkets of that in our life already?
I feel like
I think we should get a bucket list.
I do. I feel like we do when we travel. Okay, first one is the fucking Spartan shit. Are you still trying to do that shit? Hal?
Absolutely.
Okay, well then that's something that will be on your bucket list, right? We can do that.
Is that a bucket
When is this
list
supposed to
item,
happen?
though?
Oh, it's not something on your bucket list?
It's not a bucket list item. I don't think so.
Okay, what about skydiving? Do you
I
want to
feel,
skydive?
I feel like that's like a, if I know I'm about to die, if I die on skydiving, yes.
So do you want to do skydiving then?
No.
Then, bitch, what we about to do?
I don't know. There's so many more things than like life-altering things. Like there's like shit like, you know, go to the Grand Canyon or stand in 2 places at once. Remember like the girl from A Walk to Remember? She had like very basic, easy things. She's like, get married to my mom's dress, stand in 2 like estates at one time. Like stuff like that. That's sentimental.
Okay,
not things that could like jumpstart my death date.
When I'm thinking of bucket list, I'm thinking the wildest shit. Like
I don't want that for me, and I hate that for me and my homegirls.
Oh, well, you know, I live life with the thrill.
Let's get into some wine facts so we can get to some motherfucking tea time. Tea time. I would get into the backstory of getting this shit, but I'm not going to because I didn't even read the bottle, but I'm going to read the bottle for y'all right now. As we all know, Ami Teray is a red wine hoe. Sammy does not want to take on this journey with me, but she's been here with me for years. So for her to act like she's part of the whites or the clears of what they do when it comes to Pinot Grigio and Chardonnay, it's unbeknownst to me and why. It's flabbergasting, actually. But today,
big words.
I know. I had to make sure I had to use my dictionary to let you know you with me in this red wine hoe.
Okay.
But we're using double black. I feel like did we drink this before?
Girl, that sounds so familiar.
It does sound familiar. This Cabernet is bold, daring, and lush. Deep, dark red in flavor and in taste, and it perfect.
I am dying on how animated reading that second wine bottle.
Perfect tannins.
This wine
to your taste buds. Anytime you're ready to accept a challenge, reach for a double black and enjoy. That really didn't still tell me anything, but Cabernets always have a certain je ne sais quoi. I don't know. What does that even mean?
I don't know what je ne sais quoi means.
Let me pour this for you, my love. Double black. Well, we're 2 black bitches.
Double black me.
That sounds like 2 dicks.
Well, you know how I feel about double penetration.
It's okay.
2 dick me, please.
Not 2 dick me, please.
No, that don't sound right.
2 black me, please.
2 black me's.
That could also be a black and mild.
If you are smoking black and mild in 2022, go to hell.
Cheers.
Cheers to another messy ass episode. Ow.
Ow.
Oh.
Wow.
Okay.
This is sweet. Did you think it was going to be sweet?
It's not sweet to me.
Cabernet is never usually sweet.
Je ne sais quoi means something appealing and quality that can't be described.
Je ne sais quoi.
Okay.
2 dicks. You said that.
No, it's double black.
2 blacks. That is really sweet. How is that not sweet to you?
It's not sweet.
Okay, so let's get into some motherfucking tea.
Someone got a dick on their mind because we talking about double black, and the first thing he said is like, it got 2 dicks, huh? When I said double black, man, I was thinking like of a dark skinned person, like, you know, extra chocolate.
Ooh,
dark.
the extra chocolate.
Yeah, you go straight to fucking dick.
I mean, because usually you say that wine pairs well with dick. You usually say that.
I do say red wine is always good paired with the black dick.
So how am I crazy for going to where you usually go? So because you want to be sanctified today.
I haven't said it in so long. Why you remember something I haven't said in years?
It doesn't. Years? Years? Y'all, let's get into some motherfucking tea time. So, there was like this, like, I don't know.
Emoji memes.
Yeah, okay.
We're going to call them emoji memes. I feel like they are, every time I've seen one, I usually crack up laughing. There's a couple that we saw. Oh, sorry.
It's like, I mean, if y'all been on Instagram within the last, 2 days, 3 days? It's like, if I send you this, that means you're skating on ice, bitch. If I send you all this, it's like.
If I send you like the tornado meme, it means I'm spinning the block. If I send you
that one.
Yeah, if I send you like the counting down one, it's like count your days, bitch. Like, there's been a lot of funny ones. And
I like the one where it was like, I was like, if I send you this rain cloud, that means ain't no sunshine when I'm gone, bitch. I said me. That's how I feel. Ain't no sunshine when I'm gone. And I feel like the internet always helps you forget that life's pretty fucked up. So we just like to laugh at shit sometimes. Mm-hmm.
That's true. Speaking of laughing on some shit, Spirit Airlines, they tire caught on fire.
Yeah, when they were landing the plane.
The brakes caught on fire.
I think it was the brakes.
The brakes caught on fire. Yeah.
So that means that they don't even get their like annual checkups. Like they're
y'all don't know what the fuck Spirit be doing. But you know, Spirit and United are sister companies.
I cannot. You know, there's always a pretty sister and the ugly sister.
And who's the ugly sister in your family?
Me. I think my sisters are beautiful, so I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll take that.
Okay.
And ugly doesn't have to necessarily mean looks. It can be personality. Because, out of all the people in my family, I got the worst attitude. So we'll take that.
Get the
Them,
ugly
it's
sister.
cosmetically.
Okay.
Them, it's definitely the cosmetics.
But what about, so anyway, Spirit Airlines and United are fucking sister companies. I had no idea. This whole time when we find United, I'm thinking I'm finding like the bad bitch company, like, like not even the bad bitch company, like the, at least the better one.
This wine is so sweet. I must get a headache. Continue, sorry.
The better one, and just come to find out, it's just the same as Spirit, so.
I think that they're a little bit better than Spirit because one, has that shit ever happened to you while you were on United?
I mean, the customer service is better, at least. Definitely.
It's way better. And I feel like they're not paid enough to care at Spirit. Like, if the brakes break, they're like, damn, it is what it is. We tried our best. Delta is the bad bitch.
Delta is the bad bitch airline.
I love Delta. Come on. Hold on.
Delta is the bad bitch airlines, and it's expensive. Well, it's more expensive than United.
But I feel like, it's crazy that they're more expensive.
Well, maybe, I think I lied. I think American Airlines and Spirit are sister companies, not United.
That makes more sense.
Yeah.
American makes more.
Yeah.
Because I feel like with United, at least we get like a TV if you're going out of the country.
Yeah,
you don't get that shit.
It's American Airlines and Spirit.
It gotta be, because who fucking flies American?
I flew American before. When I went to Jamaica, I think I flew back American.
The thing is, I've flown it so less. God, I can't use my vocabulary right now. I use all my big words when I was talking about the wine. I fly it so infrequently that I don't even know when I fly American.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I think that time was the only time I ever flew American. And when I helped my brother move back from Chicago, I flew American.
That was like 80 years ago.
That was when the pandemic first happened.
Child.
So yeah, Spirit Airlines. Well, I mean, I feel like people talk down on Spirit, but if you really need a quick flight and you don't got no bags, take Spirit, I guess.
I mean, take Spirit and you might become a Spirit.
Yeah. So I saw this on Twitter and I sent it to Ami. It said, so much dating advice is geared towards how to dodge bullets and walk away. But where's the accurate dating advice on how to stay and be present? When you do come across a good thing, we're always taught how and when to leave, but never how and when to stay. And I saw that and I was like, damn, like, that is so true. Because I feel like I'm definitely guilty of that. Like, I'm always telling them, like, when to leave. But do I ever tell you, like, oh, you should stay because that guy, So, yeah.
I've never heard that from you ever a day. Yeah. I've known you for at least almost 3.5 years, maybe 4 now.
Yeah. It's never like, leave him, but it's always like, well, you do what you want, but this is.
No, it'd be pretty strong. Like, yours be really strong. Like, girl, I don't know how you could put up with that.
Yeah,
couldn't be me. That'd be you, respectfully, and that's okay if that's you. Yeah. Because I mean, like, if you are 10 toes down on how you feel, that's just how you feel.
That's how I feel.
Because whenever I tell Sammy something, she was like, "Bitch, fuck him. Bitch, you could do better. Bitch, you could this." And I'm like, you know what? I feel that. But like Selena Gomez said, the heart wants what the heart wants.
I just want to let you know, I was totally wrong. Frontier is a sister company, not American or United. I just totally made that up on the spot. And I just went with it. But yeah, totally wrong. Anyways, so that brings us to a topic conversation, because we're just saying how we're constantly telling our bitches when to leave, niggas ain't shit. But when do we teach them to stay? So what do you think what does being present in the relationship look like to you?
I think to be present in a relationship is constantly asking questions, constantly learning someone, constantly dating someone. And I feel like somewhere in between doing all that, we forget that we all are evolving, and sometimes what we wanted or what we did think we want changes. And we don't do constant checkups. We don't do that when we're presently in a relationship. When we're not presently in a relationship, because when you're present, you are trying to make sure that it's kind of like having sex. You're trying to make sure that consent is all the way through and is very fluid. You know what I'm saying?
I have a question. When you're having sex, do you keep asking for consent, or do you ask for consent once?
I feel like you ask, like, you'll say, you want to have sex? And I'm like, yes. And so when you're doing stuff, like, imagine you have sex with someone new. I'm like, is this okay? Does this feel all right to you?
Okay.
Does that not happen?
No, not really.
Wow, niggas just be like tossing you around like you a fucking pretzel, bitch, and not even ask you if you like it?
Well, not really, no.
Wow.
I don't really get guys who ask me, is this okay? Like, are you okay?
I mean, I feel like they ask it in their own way, like, how's the dick feel? Like, I feel like if they do it at a certain angle, like, they don't ask you.
Well, they do that, yeah, but I've never had a guy, like, straight up ask me, like, how does this feel? Like, are you okay?
I've had a man ask me while I was having sex with him, how does this feel? Is this okay?
Be like, oh, like, of course, claiming their fucking territory, like, is this good? How the fuck do you feel? Like, oh, you got your skin, like, yeah, the nigga way. I guess, is that the nigga way of asking how does this feel?
I actually don't know, but
because to me, I don't feel like you asking me how does this feel.
But I feel like to be present in a relationship is constantly doing checkups, always making sure that y'all are building towards the same thing. That's being present.
Okay.
So,
well, honestly, I think the easiest way to put it is constantly still dating each other. I think that's what easiest way, or what being present in a relationship is.
So do you feel like the lack of presence is the reason why most relationships like end?
100%. I feel like the lack of still dating the person, the lack of still making that person feel wanted, the lack of still getting pretty for your man, the lack of still, making sex spontaneous, the lack of still making her feel like she's, all of that is...
Also, how do you do that when you are in such a, because, sometimes when you're in the beginning stages, everything is more free-flowing. It's more
it's easier to do all those things.
It's easier to do those things.
Yeah.
But, say you're in this shit for a year and you guys have, opposite schedules and people get tired. We are human. When you first start dating someone, you put your best foot forward always.
You would think that. You would think that when you first start dating someone, you want them to see the best part of you. But some people feel like if they act like they really don't care, that's also a way to date someone.
Is that someone dating you or is that someone fucking you? Because
No, I mean let's say you're texting this guy and I want, I like him, I want to, start dating him, whatever. But he feels like in order for her to feel like I'm into her, I have to act like I care less. No, you don't still don't talk about? No. Okay.
No, because when you act like you care less, I'm going to be out the door.
Of course, usually you be out the door, but some people feel like, oh, that's more interesting that he's not acting like he's
That's a trauma response. Yeah. I'm so sorry that y'all looking for validation like that, because not me, baby.
Yeah, if you're not into me 100% in the beginning, then no. Speaking of presence, I had a relationship where I felt like I totally checked out mid-relationship. So he actually broke up with me for the dumbest reason, and it was actually such an embarrassing reason. I didn't want to say it, but it was such a dumb reason that something I couldn't help too. But anyways, so we get back together months later, and it just didn't feel the same. And I'm still dating him, and I'm still pretending. I don't want to say I was pretending I liked him, but I was pretending I was still emotionally invested when I knew I wasn't. Okay. But just because I felt like I was so used to him, he's I've been with him for this long, I might as well just keep, who else am I gonna date? Type shit. And a lot of times we just don't want to start over. Yeah. We'd rather stay in something for a while, even though we know we're not happy, just so we don't have to start that, what's your favorite color type shit.
Because I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck how you slept. I don't care about your favorite color. I don't give a fuck about your favorite food.
You process is so ghetto. Where I'm so tired of keep repeating the process. It's I'm tired of getting to know niggas. I just want one nigga and that's it. But you have to keep getting to know niggas because niggas will show you who they are every fucking time. So it's damn, do you tolerate this from this nigga that you know, or do you just find a new nigga? So, but anyways, we're gonna get into that. So back to what I was saying. I say all that to say that I just didn't want to, move on in a relationship. And I feel like he kind of realized it because he was love bombing me and giving me all these gifts. And he was doing everything I wanted him to do before, we broke up the first time.
And then now, everything. And then it's it doesn't fucking matter now, trick ass bitch.
I'm just now you're being the guy I wanted you to be. And now I'm just totally checked out. So it's kind of too late. Once a woman is just done with a relationship, it's really
it's really hard.
It's really hard because once it takes us a long time to get to that point. When we get to that point, it's oh, this relationship is done. So and yeah,
it's so crazy because I have a similar situation like that because as we all know, I was fucking obsessed with my ex and I just did not want to get over him to save my fucking life. Mm-hmm. And now when there's conversations surrounding him or I see him or we talk, I'm just so checked out and he's just so still very much trying to be invested and try to build this imaginary future because he's a fucking narcissist. Let's just say that what he is. Okay. No, he is. He absolutely is. Okay. Build this life up. And I'm just I hear everything you're saying, but nothing that you do matches up to it because it doesn't pour inside. Yeah. So when we're talking and
okay, I'm sorry, this has nothing to do with what you're saying, but you know how we're always told to see what a man does and don't listen to what he says. Do you feel like we're so conditioned to know that men lie so much that we don't even want to believe what they say. We just believe what they do.
I'm literally.
Is that why we say that to each other?
I'm literally conditioned to thinking that a man's going to naturally lie.
Yeah.
Because it's like, this man would do the whole nines for me. Like, he'll want to take me on a date, X, Y, and Z. And then at the end of it, I'd be like, so you still have a girlfriend, so why are you doing this? Like, it's very much, I said, so it's everything you want to happen. Because I'm like, I get nothing out of this.
Right.
I'm like, so what is the point of me being here? And you know what he says?
What did he say, girl?
Because I love you.
You love me, but you have a girlfriend. How you love me when you got a girlfriend?
Why you bother me when you know? Why you bother me when you know,
So,
better?
yeah, I feel like it's really bad that we can't even believe what men say. We just got to believe what you're doing because you will lie. Oh
You
my
will
God,
fucking lie.
You will lie.
Mm.
But I'm sorry, back to your story about this.
No, I mean, and that's pretty much it. I'm just saying, because I feel like it's so funny, because like I found myself after like for so long not trying to get over him, and then when I finally did, and then when I do speak to him, literally he's all like, why do you treat me like a stranger? I treat you like a stranger. I said, I treat you accordingly. I treat you like a man that has a girlfriend. Like, what am I supposed to treat you like? Like, I'm confused. Like, just because the feelings were there, I'm supposed to treat you like a very much single man that I'm pursuing and I'm trying to date? No, you can't put a pause button on life and then just think that it's going to resume whenever you're ready to play house or play this role for a couple of hours.
Yeah.
Because it's not real life.
Because you have to go back to your girlfriend.
Yes. I would ask questions like, so when do you have to go home? Like, because the thing is, I'm going
Why
on
do
this.
you have a girlfriend and one another?
And I'm saying I'm going on this date with pretenses of not knowing anything, but I'm knowing from your history that you probably have a girlfriend. So I'm like literally waiting, and then literally when I see you, I'm like, so we're at the question portion of the night. He's like, what do you mean the question portion? I'm like, so you got a girlfriend? He's like, yeah. I said, okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, so why are we here? And then I told you, like, because I love you. I'm like, bro, do you know how manipulative and selfish that is? Like,
yeah, you have a girlfriend, but
like,
I can't fully have you, but you can have me and your girlfriend.
yeah, absolutely fucking not.
Absolutely fucking not. Cheers to the bitches who don't settle for guys having a girlfriend. And if you do have a girlfriend, charge him having the girlfriend fee. Like, you can't, cheating is a rich nigga sport.
And you're going to have to charge me, you have to give me hush money.
Yeah, you have to teach me. Oh, and tax him double when he's married.
Per.
Okay.
Double
yeah. Yeah. I'm going to do it till I get the shot.
Okay, so speaking of when we do things like that, let's talk about our self-sabotage that actually takes place while we are in situations like that. Because because I knew because of past history that it wasn't gonna have the same effect, but I was like, maybe because we had like a really strong love that that this was enough for me to do that. Can we talk about sometimes when it comes to relationships, we do self-sabotage? Because like you said, you were already out of it before y'all got back together.
Yeah.
And while
I got back together knowing I was out of it, but trying to push past it, thinking I'm just going to like fall in love with him all over again, but it didn't happen. But yeah, I know I do a lot of self-sabotaging. Like literally a guy can, and I purpose, and like, just like when I do self-sabotage, I think I self-sabotage by calling my friends who I know they're going to say, fuck that nigga, leave. Because that's my way of self-sabotaging. Because when I call someone who I know who's going to be like on the same type of shit I am and not going to help me see the other side, that's me saying, oh yeah, I don't want this. So I'm like, let me confirm my biases and call a friend who's going to be like, yeah, fuck that nigga too. Yeah, definitely.
And I feel like it's also different from when you get relationship advice from people that are single, from bitches that are in relationships, and or your parents. So because when you come to your single friends, they are the ones still in the thick of things.
They're gonna encourage you to hoe.
They're gonna encourage you to hoe, like, because I encourage the average to hoe. Because
do you encourage your relationship friends to hoe?
No.
That means I don't encourage my relationship friends to hoe either.
When I was in a relationship and I had single friends, they were encouraging me to hoe.
Really?
And what did I do?
Oh.
I hoed.
Okay.
Clearly, I'm not in a relationship anymore. But yeah, so it's like, I feel like it also like depends on the kind of people you have around you. Because I'm like, your single friends and your relationship friends are going to give you two different advices. And like you said, single friends are going to always tell you, fuck that nigga. There's a billion people in this fucking world.
Yep.
Why put up with this shit?
Right.
When you ask advice from people that are in relationships, they're like, relationships go through shit, X, Y, and Z. And the thing is, to think that relationships don't go through shit is kind of like ironic. Like nothing in life is fucking easy. Going through fucking school. wasn't even easy.
I think I agree 100%, but I think it's when you go through the shit is when it's like, fuck it. Because I feel like if you're going through some shit early on in a relationship, I feel like, nah, I don't feel like you should deal with it. But if it's like later on in a relationship and like a bump comes up, I feel like you should. No, you don't feel that way?
I feel like no matter what stage in your relationship, you're going to deal with it. Because I feel like the problem is you feel
like there's not there's not like a too soon amount of time in a relationship where it's why we're already going through shit. We just started.
I feel like, yes, that's a feeling, but also you have to think about it. It's like, if it's not one thing, it's another.
Okay.
So it's like, imagine, okay, you're dealing with a nigga and then you find out he's talking to other bitches. That's a problem. And you're like, it's early. So you're like, I can either deal with that or I won't. It could be too early in a relationship, a nigga lies. So it's like, it depends on what happens, but shit always happens because humans by nature, we
keep doing shit.
We keep doing shit. So you can literally do something 5 years from now or 1 month in, and it's like, okay, am I going to deal with this or am I not going to deal with this?
Right.
And then so that also gets to the point where we're talking about our parents when we talk about relationships.
Yeah.
Because our parents' relationship advice, depending on what kind of parents you saw while growing up, is also determining how you deal with interpersonal relationships. So for you, what kind of relationship advice? Do you get relationship advice from your mother at all?
No.
I think it's because she's a little bit older. That's probably why.
Yeah, I don't get relationship advice, but I can also. I mean, I could get relationship advice from my mom, but I feel like I know what kind of advice she'll give me, and I don't want to hear it. Yeah, like I feel like if my mom will be like the one that's gonna encourage you to stay and forgive and like.
So you already woke up choosing violence. Like you already made a decision in your head. You just wanted someone to say yes, bitch. Yes, bitch.
Yeah, girl. So I mean, I kind of because my mom is definitely in the a time of like, not just allow the men to walk over you, but like pretty gab. I feel like my dad kind of walked over my mom, but allowing like to for the things to happen just to stay in a relationship.
Yeah.
You know, just to say, oh, I'm married, because it's better to be married than to be divorced.
And
in her mind.
Yeah, like I said, it's better to have a good man than no man.
Yeah.
Or a good lying man.
Good lying man than no man.
No
like,
man.
A woman will, just to say they have a man, they'll tolerate whatever bullshit.
And we always say that because we said that women have to equate their worth to their partner and or the family that they have.
Right.
So.
But what about you?
I feel like for me, when I have, and the thing is, my mom is younger, so it's crazy. My mom is 48. Yeah, she's 20 years older than me. My mom, her advice is usually pretty much like, you know, my mom is in a, speaking objectively and not trying to tell her business because I know she doesn't listen to my podcast, but if you ever do, Mom, I'm so sorry. She talks about how she's in a loveless marriage, but because it financially makes sense for her in her life that she wants to stay. So when I was going through a situation, which I will get into later, and I expressed to her like what was going on and how I felt, she just kept telling me, she was like checking out boxes, like, does he do this? Does he do this? Does he do this? I feel like he's worth staying for. Mm-hmm. And for me, it's just like, me and you build our fucking lives off of not settling. We literally like say, I'm not gonna settle for that, because literally, if y'all know the shit that my ex-boyfriend put me through, that was like settling Miss Patty. Yeah. So it was like, I wanted to be a 2.0 version of that, because it's like, I didn't want half of the grief that I dealt with and the backlash. Because one thing about me, I'm gonna tell my fucking friends, but I might fucking stay. That's literally me. And it happened, and it has happened. So it's like, to me, it's like the embarrassment you have to deal with after knowing you felt so strongly in one moment, and now you're like dating public enemy number one, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm the type, don't tell me all the bad things that nigga did to you, because I'm going to hate him, and then you're going to keep going back to him. So just leave
it at that.
Leave it at that.
So do we want to talk about how we mirror behaviors? Like, for example, growing up, if we see a certain pattern in life, as in our parents have been together our entire life, we have the complex to think that no matter what relationship goes through, you can work it through. You can, you know?
Yeah. And I saw my parents break up, so I'm easy to break up, like on someone or with someone.
Yeah, and for me, I dated someone for 7 years, and we should have never been together for 7 years. We should have probably been together for like maybe 2-3 years at max.
Damn. So what about the other 5 or 4? You say y'all shouldn't have been together for 7 years.
We shouldn't have. No.
Yeah. So what will you do the other 4 years?
I'm saying if we're being realistic, if he would have broke up with me the first time he found out I cheated on him, or if I would have broke up with him, we did so many back and forths to each other. If we would have broke up when those things that were very traumatic happened.
Wait, I'm stuck on you said the first time I cheated on him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
I'm sorry.
no. And the thing is, anyone I date knows that I always make it very clear that he got the worst version of me, and I hate that for him. I absolutely feel like who I am now would never do what I did to him, but because I didn't know myself, because I was growing up, because I was learning, and I didn't.
You were young.
I was 19.
You were young.
I dated this man until I was 26. So absolutely, I made more mistakes.
Well, I'm not gonna say he got the worst version because he feel that way, but I'm saying he got the growing version. Let's say that he got the growing version.
Yeah, and I feel like I'm so fortunate to this day that he still speaks to me and still treats me with so much love and kindness. But I feel like, to me, it's like he had in his mind, because his parents were together since he's been born, that there's nothing you can't work through.
Okay.
And I didn't have that same thing. Like, I broke up with this man like 2-3 times. We got back together like within a week. But then there was like one time I'm like, you know what? We're breaking up, and that's it. Like, because it's like being checked out, so many things happening. I'm growing, you're growing, we're growing, and we're growing into different directions. We weren't even growing together. Yeah. So at that point, it was like I'm at this place where it's like, I understand. I know, I love you, and I love him so much to this fucking day. But we should never been together as long as we were. Okay. I feel like our growth was stent because we tried to stay together.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love the honesty.
Yeah, I mean,
it only took a couple years.
It did. It took a couple years. Because I literally tried to act like that shit was just, oh no, everything's fine. Everything's fine. No, but it's not. It's not.
Yeah. Okay.
So what is the situation? Did you want to touch on mirroring behaviors, or do you want to talk about?
I couldn't say like I said, my parents broke up, so I feel like I can break up. So I guess that's me mirroring that behavior, I guess, which but I don't feel like I mirror all her behaviors because she also stayed for a very long time. It took a lot for her to leave. If it wasn't for like someone else pushing her to leave, I don't think my mom would have ever left. I think she would have stayed. But if it wasn't for my sister,
has she ever remarried and or dated after that?
She will refuse to because she still doesn't.
Traumatized?
I don't think because she's traumatized. I feel like she doesn't want to dissipate like the Christian, because he's still alive. They're not like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it hasn't been like he died. Like, the only reason you can only remarry is if your husband dies. Her mind.
That's crazy.
That's sad. I feel really bad for her because I feel like you don't have to be lonely because of religion, but she takes her religion so seriously, like she will sacrifice her happiness for it. I'm just like,
I would never sacrifice my happiness for God.
You really don't take it seriously. That's why. But even me, of a person who takes it a little bit more seriously than you, I still will not sacrifice my happiness for God. Like, I'm sorry, God, I love you, but baby, what happens after the life happens after the life. Look, I'll just ask for forgiveness. You said ask for forgiveness, you'll forgive me, so I'm just gonna ask for forgiveness if it was wrong. But so at the situation where I feel like I can stay or who I left, let's see. Let me think of a situation that I thought about it. I would say my most toxic ex, because I kept going back to him so many times.
And I remember you would call when we were on the phone about him. I said, wow, Sammy's vulnerable. She's vulnerable. Yeah. Wow, I love this for her.
I kept going back to him so many times. I feel like every time, and I feel like, will I go back to him now? Well, there was a time when he hit me up and I was like, told him like, no, I'm not gonna do this with you anymore. He has hit me up since then. Mm-hmm. But I feel like if I saw him outside, I feel like, damn, it might go back to what it was. Like, I hate that for myself.
Honestly, I hate that for all of us, but we always do have that one person.
And he's that one person.
Always have the words and no one always have your heart.
Yeah, girl, it's him. But
it's him.
Yeah, but it was just so toxic. Like, I've just never met someone who was just so damn ignorant for no reason. And it's just like, damn, nigga, like, why? But I like it though. But the last time he hit me up and I told him I was going to do this with him, I was like, I made a decision to like not, because the relationship always left me in tears. Like, I always cried about it.
I never won.
Like, why were you in a relationship that always left you in tears? Like, you don't want better for yourself? But I feel like, is that why we crave it? Because it's just an up and down. It's like
I think it's a trauma response. I feel like everything that we like continually going to that we know is bad is a trauma response, because we just were looking for that approval somewhere in that person because that person triggered something from our childhood.
So
I don't like
much.
that girl because I don't like that shit either.
I don't know what he triggers for me, but girl, even after
I know my ex got my voodoo doll and he is literally praying over it, okay? Because he be praying for my downfall. Shit.
Okay, what about you?
So for me, I think most recently, and I feel like I do a good job of letting y'all in on my personal life, also trying to not be disrespectful. But I have been dating because it's still currently, y'all. I dated someone and we were dating loosely for maybe like 4 months, but only real seriously in the last month or so. You know, we're like things are kind of like doubling down. Double black. But
Okay.
But yeah, so things were like going good and everything was going great. And you know, because I was so traumatized from my last boyfriend, I made sure to ask very specific questions.
Wait, but you said still dating.
Yeah, I'm still talking to him.
So are you still dating him though? You're not talking. You said still dating.
Well, we're talking because he's.
So you're not still dating him.
We're not dating. We're talking. We're not dating. We're definitely talking. We're not dating.
I don't know if you're trying to convince myself or you.
No, I'm convincing all of us right now.
Okay, so you're still trying to convince yourself that you're not dating him.
Yeah, I'm convincing myself because I very much still fancy him.
You're still dating him. Let's go back to your story.
Talking, dating, whatever it is. The doghouse is built and he's sleeping in it. Okay. So, anyways,
so you're gonna eventually forgive him.
I feel like I will eventually.
Okay,
I feel like it's going to come because I feel like as charismatic as he is, I cannot resist. But as of right now, I'm very much like
make him pay for it.
Yeah,
make him beg,
please, and will. So fast forward. Okay, so we've been dating like loosely 4 months, then seriously in 1 month. And when we first started dating, I literally asked him very specific questions because I want to know what I'm getting myself into. Mm-hmm. I do not want no crazy shit, no nothing. I said, "Have you ever been married? And have you ever had kids?"
Yep.
He said no to both of those questions.
Mm-hmm.
So fast forward to now we're getting more serious and touching each other's private parts and shit. And so one day, like, cause he doesn't live here, so he was leaving, and
Aren't you having an out of state boo too?
I do.
About me, girl. You got one too.
I do, and
I love out of state boos.
Honestly, it's 10 out of 10. I love it here, honestly. Okay, but yeah, so he's about to pack his bag and leave my apartment and all this good stuff.
Waited to the end.
I know, waited to the end. And he was like, I have something to tell you. And
what he
honestly,
tell you, girl?
The thing is, y'all don't understand. If y'all know who the fuck my ex was, that's a PTSD response.
This is the second time you heard, oh my God, something to tell you. Like, next time you hear it, I bet you're going to start crippling.
At this point, I'm starting shooting niggas. Once they tell me they got to tell me shit.
Save it.
I'm going to say, because at the end of the day, I'm either going to jail or you going to hell. Because both cannot coexist right now. Okay. So, yeah. He's like, I just want to let you know that I have been married before. I said, and then the bomb was not stopped there. He said, I got 2 kids. I said, so not only did you lie, but you lied.
You double lied.
You double black ass nigga. So
double black ass nigga.
So literally the first thing that came to mind is, you know, I can be very detached and very much like, I was like literally told, I was like, just get the fuck out of my house. And here I am like calmly going around my house, just getting all the trinkets that he's bought me and or has in my house. I'm just like helping him put in his bag. And like, I don't want to get into his business too much. So I'm not going to say like everything that happened, but like,
you said enough.
Yeah, I said enough. And I was just sitting there like, my nigga, you lied on biological kids. Like what else? What else do you lie about? And he's like, and I said, the problem isn't about the lie. It's about what you lied about. Because I dated someone with kids, and that's not an issue. Like, I have nieces and nephews. Like, I don't even know if I want.
I can forgive a lie, but a lie that big, like if you lie about big stuff like that, that means you lie about anything.
And I said, for someone like me who has daddy issues, to know that someone that has children is out here lying on their kids.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's a big issue for me. I'm like, to me, he's like, it's just a lie. It's a mistake. I said, no, it's a character flaw.
It's just a lie.
It's a character flaw, in my opinion. So it's like, we're trying to work out of it. I'm not there. I
still don't understand why you have to pretend the kids don't exist when he knew kids are okay with you, so why pretend the kids don't
I just feel like because he just built himself around this fucking lie and this perfect ass man for me, so that he had to follow through with it.
Following through, okay.
And I just so I have not forgiven him yet.
Good.
So if you hear this episode, I have not forgiven you yet.
Good.
I'm very much pissed, but I am...
Stay angry.
I am definitely not that angry. I am being open to listening to your side because of most men that I've dated within the last few months, he gives the most effort and is the most caring. And
I liked him.
I mean, I know. I'm telling you. I literally told him. I said, all my friends gave you the green seal of approval.
Yeah,
and then you want to be a dickhead.
I gave you a green seal of approval.
So in that situation alone, I had to revisit things that were great and good about him. And I'm like, am I going to stay or am I going to leave for this one lie? Mm-hmm. And that also gets me to when we were talking about like advice for our friends and X, Y, and Z from our parents. Like, what do you consider as settling?
Okay, so me, I think settling is when you just decided that, okay, this is as good as I'm going to get. I'm getting old, I'm balding, or my tits are sagging, my biological clock is ticking, whatever, So you're like, well, I'm with this person now. We both want similar things. We both like, whatever. He or she want the same things I want, so let's be together type shit. To me, that's settling. Like, you're not really particularly happy with this person. They're not your soulmate. They're not your dream person, but they're here for now, and they make you happy enough to not want to, kill yourself, I guess.
What?
Settling down is, this is your person, you're happy, this is what you've always dreamed for, they're everything you want, and now you're ready to like move on with the next chapter with this person. You're ready to start a family, or if that's not your thing, you want to travel, or you want to buy a house, or like any like big monument things that you see in a positive light that you want to do with someone. That person is who you choose to do it with, and you're happy doing with that person because you're settled down with that person.
Yeah.
You move to the suburbs, like whatever we feel that's settling down at our time. So that's what I think is the settling is not to me, it's not a good thing to settle. That means you're just accepting whatever. But settling down is, okay, I'm ready to be with this person.
And that's crazy because I see it oppositely, because I feel like for a situation I dealt with, I feel like that's me settling, because usually I would not settle for something like that. I would literally want to, get over that, get under that. I mean, settling down and the same respect for me, I feel like they're one and the same, because I'm like, you're gonna have to put up with some amount of bullshit to be with the person you want. Even when you settle down, and it's like, I feel like it doesn't take away from your happiness.
Pulling up with I don't think anyone's happy putting up the bullshit, but you're willing.
I'm absolutely not happy with the situation I'm dealing with, but I feel like I'm trying to wrap my head around it, because I'm like literally trying to retrain myself for certain things that I was thinking of, and I'm like, okay, if you're able to do this, this, and this for me, and still like communicate with me and X, Y, and Z this with me, I can be more open to understanding and being accepting. But it is hard, and I feel like for me right now, where I'm at, I am at a place where I'm settling for something that I probably would never fucking settle for, because I don't like liars. I don't like feeling like there's gonna be another fucking bombshell.
Yeah, but just because someone lies doesn't make them a liar. But I feel like what you lied about makes you a liar.
That's what I keep saying. I feel like I always tell them, I'm not trying to beat a dead horse, but I feel like what you lied about makes me feel like you are a liar. So that's nor here nor there.
Those are big life things. You didn't lie about like not liking pizza. You lied about
children.
Yeah,
but. We'll get to that bridge when we get to that bridge, because right now we're kind of there.
We'll get to that bridge
when we pass it.
All right.
So we've already talked about what's settling, what situations we've been through, what we've heard we've been through, what friends been through, what advice we get. But let's actually give some real positive relationship advice, because we literally said, when do you stay?
We're being real positive this episode. We're not saying niggas ain't shit. We're saying some men are good people.
Some people are good people that you just have to go through things with.
Yeah.
With conditions.
Right. With conditions. Okay, so my first thing is be able to disrespectfully disagree. I feel like that is such a big thing. Just because you don't agree with what I got going on, like I don't agree with the fact that Ami thinks the earth is flat. But guess what? I'm okay with the fact that Ami thinks the earth is flat. I don't have to disrespect the way she feels because I don't agree. Okay. And that's a big thing in relationships.
Absolutely.
Even in our relationships. Yeah.
And another thing in relationships that you should, for a positive vibe, is don't always be so worried about the label. I think that so many people are so attached to what a wife is, what a girlfriend is, but you forget to be a partner to someone. You forget to be a friend to someone. You forget to be like other aspects, because you're so worried about getting to that point that once you get there, you forgot that the foundation is just as important as the title.
Okay.
You know?
Gotcha. Keep outside relationship and interests alive. Like, if I'm a big on keeping your girlfriends when you're in a relationship. If you're the type of bitch that just disappear, go incognito when you get a man, you cannot be my friend.
At all.
If you, and even like whatever you like, your interests don't gotta be his interests. Y'all gonna have interests besides separate from each other. You know, I get it when you're in a relationship, y'all want to be with each other all the time. Y'all do similar things, want to do things together. But make sure you are still a person outside of being with this person.
Individuality is a must.
A must, yeah.
A thing from also is relationships are not 50-50, they are 100-100. And literally they have the perfect...
I hear that all the time, but you think you give 100 all the damn time? Sometimes you don't give 100.
You absolutely don't give 100 all the time. But realistically, let me just... Hold on. What I was reading, it said... Some of the best advice I've ever received is that relationships aren't all about compromise or trying to do 50-50. Contrary to popular misconception, you cannot contribute what you think is your share.
Okay.
It says, for a full, happy, successful, long-lasting relationship, give all that you are capable of and accept the same in return. And of course, conflicts will arise, but you both will be 100% in the relationship. You cannot split up a relationship responsibilities like you split up a check at a dinner date.
Okay.
And I feel that's true. Like, if you only go halfway in, you're not giving them the full picture of what they can have.
Yeah.
Like, and you're literally doing...
that's so scary to go 100 in, though.
Bitch, you know I do it.
Yeah.
I do it all the time.
That's so scary.
So when I'm done, I'm really done because I know I did what I could and who I am. So it is.
The last one for me is, we kind of touched over it, but mine is don't stop surprising each other, which is pretty much coincides with don't stop dating each other. Like, don't stop doing little cute shit that made you fall in love with that person.
And then my last one is communicate how you feel often. And I also feel like I touched on that earlier. It's because you constantly need to do check-ins. You need to constantly do consent. You need to constantly make sure that you are loving your partner how they feel loved, because you can literally feel like you're doing the utmost. But if your partner does not receive love or think that they are being loved because that's just not what is innate to them, it's not normal, I guess. Okay. It's not going to work.
Oh, I have a question. Would you introduce relationship check-ins? Like, let's say 6 months of relationship, y'all come together. Like, okay, do we still want to be together? A year and a half? I
absolutely feel like that's essential, because I feel like people will stay together just to be together. Yeah. And you're not weighing out the pros and cons. Because if we did that, because they said that, I remember Cruise Season did that. It was like, if marriages were only 3 years and you have to see if you want to get married or stay, like, what's it called? Will people still be married?
Okay.
So I feel like relationship check-ins are just as important, because if I don't want to be with you after 3 months, I would rather you know that in 3 months other than 6 months.
Yeah, yeah. But the thing is, I'll be scared to do one, because what if I'm 2.5 years or 3 years in and we do one? I'm like, I want to be together. You're like, well, shit, ma.
Man, I mean, at least you find out then and not be 5, 6, 7 years like I would. Yeah. If we did relationship check-ins like we should have, we probably would have mentally knew. Yeah, it's time to split ways.
So relationship check-ins is actually
essential.
Essential. So I guess I should introduce it in my relationship if my next one or whatever. But I'll be kind of scared though. Like, I just want to be like, no,
I feel like when we done with this, I'm about to literally get on the phone like at any given moment. Like, if there is something that's a red flag and you don't want to deal with, just let me know.
But they don't let you know, so that's why you have to sit down and do relationship check-in.
And we're gonna have to. Because
the nigga will ride you to the fucking sunset knowing damn well he don't want to be with you, girl. And you looking like, damn nigga, you could have told me. But you ready to get some questions?
Well, I think the motherfucking questions still only got one, but I'm gonna think of one right now.
You still only got one? It's okay. I'll figure it out. Let's you go ask your question.
My first question is: settling ever really worth it?
To me, settling, no. But settling down, yes, because it means two different things to me.
Okay, I feel that.
My question to you, what about you? Let me ask you, is settling worth it?
I think sometimes it is worth it. I do. I feel like it's not always worth it. Most times it's not.
It's not.
Most times it's not, but sometimes it is.
My biggest fear is being a married single mother. Like, that's just... I feel like, and it's just so many women live that
Why
life.
are you like that?
I'm just saying, so many women live that life, and I'm just like, you think being married saves you for single motherness, but it doesn't. You can still be a single mother.
That's a fact.
So, bitch, what the fuck are you supposed to do? And people talk so down about single mothers, but I'm like, look, I'm a single mother.
You a single mother, then you gotta pay your own rent. That's all. You're a single mother, don't gotta pay your rent. Honestly.
That's so sad. My question to you, sis. Would you tell your daughter to stay in the same fucked up situations you stayed in?
No, because hearing it from my mother, it's kind of like traumatizing because I seen it, like we said, with mirroring behaviors.
Yeah.
If you see someone stay with someone that you know they don't love, I wouldn't tell them to stay. I would tell them, and the thing is, my best advice was just like, feel how you want to feel, and I'm gonna try to support it, but it's hard. Mm-hmm. It is hard.
Yeah.
So, let me see. My next, you can answer the question while I think of one.
Okay, yeah, I definitely would not tell my daughter to stay in the same fucked up situation because I don't even tell myself to stay in these fucked up situations. So why would I tell my daughter to stay in some shit? And honestly, you always want better for your child anyways. Yeah. So there's some things that you are willing to deal with that you absolutely know for a fact that you don't want your child to deal with.
Okay, for you not wanting to settle down, what are some things you are okay with settling down with or settling with because the man is a good man? Outside of kids, bitch, because I feel like that's the first thing you're going to say. So what are you willing to settle down with? Say he doesn't make that much money, or say he doesn't, like,
If he doesn't make that much money, I'm willing to ignore that if he's a good man. Okay. Yeah, because at the end of the day, money really isn't everything.
It's harder to find a good man than it is to find.
Yeah, I'd rather. I mean, of course, my ideal man makes good money and he's a good guy, but we know that that's reality.
Most men can't do both.
Most men can do both, and honestly, like most guys, I mean, even broke niggas cheat a lot. So it's not even the amount of money because a nigga who's homeless will cheat. So imagine a nigga who has a lot of money and the options to cheat.
We always say that cheating is a rich man's sport.
It should be, but the broke niggas do it too. And I'm like, and bitches, I just want you to tax cheating niggas. Like, I feel like if we tax niggas who cheat, niggas would cheat less. Mm-hmm. Stop making cheating free for men. Oh my God, make them pay for it.
Make them pay for hotels. Make them pay for dinners.
Make them pay for your nails. Make them pay for everything because they wouldn't cheat on their girlfriends if they can't. I mean, only the ones who can do it can afford it. And then if you cheat on your girlfriend with you, girl, you got something out of it. Anyways, is that bad advice?
No, it's amazing advice.
It's good advice.
Because if you're gonna cheat, make sure you make these niggas fucking pay up.
Yeah, because you're always gonna be the side bitch. So I feel like if you're gonna be the side bitch, get something out of it. You want it to be a mutual beneficial cheating relationship. Did you have a question? No, that was my question.
That was my question.
That was your question to me. That I would accept a man who is not as doesn't make as much money as long as he does.
This is poor. I'm crying. You about to say poor?
I was gonna say. But I didn't want to be disrespectful. Anyways, my next question is, how are you staying fuck nigga free this summer?
How am I staying fuck nigga free? By staying without a boyfriend. That's how I'm staying fuck nigga free.
Ooh, okay.
Y'all not about to catch me fucking slipping. Ain't no nigga about to cheat on me. Ain't no nothing. I'm going to stay fuck nigga free because I'm going to live very unapologetically. I'm going to be the city girl that I am and was destined to be. So
until a nigga wants to wipe you up and then the city girl
at the red light twerking on the headlight. Okay. What about you?
I'm staying fuck nigga free by traveling, bitch. You can't catch me because I be catching flights. While you catching feelings, I'm catching flights. That's how I'm staying fuck nigga free, by looking like a rich bitch and smell like one too.
Okay, so thank y'all for following us on this journey. It was actually really fun. We had some hiccups, but I want y'all to understand that, we were trying to find a way to say the niggas ain't shit in a positive way, but still kind of like put a little salt.
We said that some niggas are good.
Yeah. And I love that for you all.
I can't believe that came out of my mouth.
So thank you so much. Follow us on all social media platforms at The Real Sip and Spill, except Twitter, which is
Sip and Spill 1.
And why actively follow us.
Give us a 5-star rating. Give us some 5-star bitches. Ow.
I sip wine, kick my feet up when I get tired. And as I recline, take another sip, let my thoughts unwind. Sipping and spilling it. Sipping and spilling the tea.